Hello and welcome, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, March into April 2021. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, fellow Earth sign Virgo that I am, the Archangel of Lions, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey guys, how you doing? Oh, my Saturnian born, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Actually doing this on the day of full moon, Sunday the 28th. Goes full at 2:48 p.m. So I'm doing a tarot party on Facebook at 3 p.m. Online paid event, Zoom format, all that jazz today. So being a professional witch on a Sunday is an interesting thing to do. Everybody else has the day off, but muggles work from sun to sun, but witches work never done. So my book Words of Grace, speaking of work, is working it. It's up on Kindle. If you want to check it out, please do. I really appreciate every single purchase because I wrote that book during a dark night of the soul and it saved my life and it's helped a lot of people since. And it's just gorgeous. The original version I did was like Fellini. I hired a millennial to do the Kindle version for me because I don't know how to do that shit. And as a result, came out with something gorgeous and pristine that I am so fucking proud of. So, hard work, Capricorns, you understand. Go check it out. You can even watch it. You can even check out the first couple of pages. You can view it, right, without buying it if you want to check it out. And I learned that you don't need Kindle. You just need the Kindle app. Who knew? So let's move along. Enough of that business. Let's get down to your business. As I said, we're doing an 8-card draw. 1 card from 8 different decks to get you the clues, tips, and hints you need about a specific period of time, like a card a day, right? When you take a card, oh, it's my card for today, except 8 of them, and not for a day, but for a 2-week period. Like we said, this full moon today, when I'm doing this, at the time of this recording, right? The 28th of March, 2:48 p.m., the waning moon. This is a waning moon read, letting go, releasing, reducing, pushing away, that kind of stuff, to the new moon in Aries on Sunday, April 11th, 10:31 p.m. all times Eastern, because I am in New York. So yeah, all the decks that I read are always in the description box below. We're going to get you 4 oracles, although technically one of them is not really an oracle, at least I don't think so. That's the new one that I'm debuting in this series. We'll do the review after I'm done with Pisces at some point, because I really wanted to work with it before I gave it just, oh, it's pretty, or whatever. It's actually, I like it a lot, but it's, nothing's perfect. I'm a Virgo. I will review it accurately for you. But otherwise, 2 tarot decks, 4 oracles, 2 healing systems, clues, tips, hints you need from the pantheons, to which I am infinitely and intricately interwoven in this lifetime, that they serve through me so I can serve you, and Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. But I think you understand, my Capricorns, so let's get up in it. All I can ask from anybody watching one of these readings is both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clues, tips, and hints that I can from my pantheons of the divine that they want you, that you need, right? And they know what you need better than any of us do. And standard YouTube rules applies. A general read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information, perhaps about what we are about to look into, or something else completely different that you need to be aware of this full moon in Libra to new moon in Aries. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, that's my favorite part. That first deep breath. Oh, my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism connected to the new deck, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. I need 1 card in clarity. What is the dominant archetype from the Caroline Mace archetype cards that they are dealing with, this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading? There y'all are. What's the dominant archetype within them, within somebody else, within a situation they're dealing with? Some of that, all of that. This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Please just leave the card in my hand. Ooh, creative family archetype of the pioneer. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, pioneer is different than an explorer. You can explore, Szechuan cooking. Doesn't mean you pioneered it, right? This is about going where where none have gone before. Every archetype is light and shadow, and this one kind of feels good, like it's one of those ones that, oh, sound lovely, the pioneer, and yet the shadow side just as toxic as the light is, and that is true of every archetype. Forever Young, the shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. Have you ever? Now that's not usually Capricorn, right? Capricorn is usually no, slow and steady wins the race. We're going to complete this, right? Not so much usually a compulsive need to keep moving on. I mean, you know, there are times we need to move on in life. In fact, Capricorn can often be said to be the opposite of that. But again, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, right? This might be someone you're dealing with. The light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And that's in any way, shape, or form. It's not just about finding a new landmass and claiming it for whoever or whatever. I claim this planet in the name of Uranus. I will never avoid that joke. Until they change its name to Eurectum. Futurama, baby. I need my animation. It keeps me living. So, creative family archetype. Creating something perhaps that's never been done before, different than the visionary, which can see what others can't even conceive. This is actually usually about taking some kind of creative action. You know, and pioneering into your own interior world. I don't know that that's necessarily the pioneering we're looking at here, but let's keep going. We've got plenty of cards to clarify. Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. Please take a nice deep breath. My angels of Earth in the sign of Capricorn, the Arielites, the Urielites, and the Orielites, please attend to my call. One card in clarity for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video. Receiving this read. Who is the perfect healing angel or legions therein for this Capricorn that they need to work with, right? To alchemize that pioneer archetype from lead to gold, shadow to light, toxic to healthy, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. And we've got the angel of spiritual growth. Now, what would the healing angel of spiritual growth, right? I'm a little nitpicky with words. It's the healing angel oracles. Well, then there's a healing taking place in your spiritual growth, or you could say that your spiritual growth is directly connected to your healing. I mean, there's so many ways you can interpret that, but with the pioneer archetype, that, like I said, I don't know this is about pioneering your own interior world, but it can be being a pioneer on the spiritual path, right? In terms of spiritual growth, really getting something, okay, I'm getting something in my right eye, and I've learned that when it doesn't do it all day, but when I get behind a camera and I start getting something like that, it's usually a sign. So I'm going to go right eye, masculine side, perhaps some overthinking or not seeing clearly or something that's irritating you about this process, and there, now it's gone. Like as soon as I say it, it goes away. So I'm going with that. It's a physiological, intuitive sign there. Contact lens tarot or whatever that was. So, you know, pioneering your own path of spiritual growth. Now, it could be that you're working with a spiritual pioneer in some way, shape, or form, or some pioneer archetype that you're dealing with here is really healing you in terms of your own spiritual growth, which is lovely so far, but that compulsive need to keep moving on, and keep an eye on that. Let's keep going with the angels. We're going to do the Crystal Oracle. The reason why I say angels is because I've dedicated this to Archangel Ariel, one of the three archangels of the North, powers of Earth, hence Crystal Oracle, and also my personal archangel, because the name Ariel means Lioness of God, which makes her the Archangel of Lyons, and my name is Angelo Lyons. Sometimes you just got to go with the James Redfields from birth. That's a little obscure, but not really. Breathe. I am the god of obscure references. Here we go. My beloved Archangel Ariel, I love you so much, and I love your sense of humor. Please, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective, this brother, sister, earth sign here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. They've got the pioneer that they need to deal with in some way, shape, or form with the healing angel, or angels of spiritual growth in some way, shape, or form. What is the perfect crystal oracle they need? Whether it's just what's written in the book, because there's some pretty cool oracular messages in that book, or maybe it's the stone itself, has nothing to do with the book, their own experience of it. Maybe they need it, maybe they don't, you know, in terms of holding it. But what's the one that they need to help with all of this? this full moon in Libra waning to new in Aries. Ooh, good old-fashioned sodalite. I like a piece of sodalite. Now, it's not just the camera or the lighting here. This is a little bit more purple than I'm used to seeing sodalite. To me, sodalite isn't really purple at all. It's very, very light blue, almost like sky. Well, maybe a little bit deeper than sky blue, but different than lapis lazuli. I used to work in the industry, metaphysical, new age industry. Fuck my chakras with a rake, mom. It was annoying. But sodalite certainly for me is a meditation stone, but more like a chill your will. A little bit more intense than blue lace agate. Earth sign. Can you tell? Jewelry much? Yeah. Comes with. That's why I chose witchcraft and better jewelry. It's not true, but it sort of is. Q, R, S. Look, I know my alphabet. T, U, V. I better. I was raised by a nursery school teacher. Sodalite. Keywords: intuition, perception, meditation, calm, strength, and determination. Yeah, usually, like I said, I would use it for like calm. So it's sort of a chill stone, but I get it, intuition, but then we're definitely looking more third eye visionary, or at least creative intuition, perception, how you're seeing things, meditation, always a good idea with spiritual growth, right? Some spiritual practice in some way, shape, or form, even if it's, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, something physical, jogging, running, working out, however you meditate. Strength, there you go, with strength, and determination, particularly with a pioneer. That could be helpful. Keep calm, for this will help strengthen your determination to quietly pursue your dreams. This could be really like a spiritual, inspirational journey you're on here. Set aside a little time each day to meditate and reflect on all that you wish to create in your life. Be guided by what you instinctively feel in your heart and trust your intuition, for in doing so you will draw to you all that is necessary for you to create that which your heart desires. Okay, so we're not done with that, but it does make sense here that on with the healing angel of spiritual growth, and really the pioneer itself indicates a path, right? The pioneer, even if it's not a literal pioneering of a literal physical place, there's still the path and the journey that they have to go through. This feeling a little hero's journey here. And with this sodalite to say, meditate. Don't forget to connect with your heart, throat, third eye, crown, the more interior stuff in terms of intuition here, because this isn't necessarily a physical quest. It may be in terms of a pioneer, or you're dealing with somebody like that. So to really remember to touch in for your calmness, for your interior strength, because it literally just said, by doing this, in doing so, you will draw to you all that is necessary for you to create what your heart so desires. To be in touch with your heart, an open heart, and your creative intuition, your choices, your decisions, the ideas that you're getting, to bring that into stillness and calmness through meditation, so that you can see the little pieces of the puzzle, both mentally, emotionally, right, inspiration, as well as physically, like the money or the whatever, the physical aspect of that, to bring this into form for you. At the same time, let go of rigidly fixed expectations or time frames. Not easy for Capricorns usually. And trust that your dreams may manifest in ways that you've not yet imagined. And you know what? The universe always has a plan. Matt Kahn, his third book, by the way. The universe always has a plan, and it's always better than anything we can imagine. Although sometimes we don't see how it's better than we could have imagined until later, right? So it's a faith game, isn't it? Kind of, sort of, a faith-trust game. Now, I will say, let go of rigidly fixed expectations or time frames. I mean, Capricorns are ruled by Saturn, which is Chronos, which means time, right? The Titan Chronos that ate the 6 Olympians. They didn't stay down there for long, thank you, Zeus. This card is a positive confirmation. Keep the dream alive, right? And the timing may be out of your hands. I know you guys like to be on schedule. Trust me, I'm a Virgo. Oh, what I was doing to myself with these YouTube readings, keeping my shit on a schedule that nobody else cared about. Now I'm doing, putting out at least one video a day, whether it's mine or somebody else's, and I'm taking breaks in between readings, right? Self-care, prayer, meditation, naps, brownies as needed, which I don't do do all that. I didn't lose all this weight just to eat brownies all day, though. The temptation, the struggle is real. All right, so we've got 2 oracles and a healing system. Let's get up in our tarot here. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, and I'm going to say, because this is the Divine Feminine deck for me, more internal heart, throat, third eye, crown, this is really highlighted here with that spiritual growth. I mean, crown chakra, right? And what you see with the meditation and the calmness. Very heart, throat, third eye, crown with that sodalite. Please take a nice deep breath. Indeed, my beloved goddesses of earth and the sign of Capricorn, I feel you deep and strong within me and under my feet. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading. Oh, Maiden of Spring, oh, Summer Lady, oh, Queen of the Underworld, please. 3 in 1. What does this Capricorn need to be aware of in terms of this pioneer archetype that they need to deal with the healing angel of spiritual growth and sodalite? Really indicative of that intuitive, meditative, calm, something coming towards them. So to balance out heart, throat, third eye, crown, what do they need to be aware of this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries? March into April 2021. Please leave 1 card. No, they are being very, very picky. Oh, 1 kicked out and flew. I'll go with this. The card of the moon. Certainly a card of intuition, and you'll hear a lot the keyword of confusion. And that can be true. I mean, but when it's internal, I don't know, it's necessarily internal confusion so much as perhaps it's maybe, and we're doing this on the full moon, and this is a full moon to new moon read, that this might be about an interior alignment with spirit, right? But it's more divine feminine. It may not be making sense here, but you're feeling it here, right? And hence that need to shift your perceptions on things, right? Like, I'll give you an example. You might absolutely be getting the intuition to do something that nobody's done before, or to interact with another pioneer archetype in that way. And it is more spiritual. So if you're looking for reasons to do it or not do it, good luck. The moon does not truck in reason. It trucks on purpose, right? On sometimes the hidden underlying purposes to the divine plan that you don't see ever. And sometimes if you do, it's in hindsight, right? Never when you're on the path. In that moment, do you know the greater purpose of it, even when you think you do, right? So it's an interesting read here so far. Definitely more spiritual. I mean, whatever the physical aspect of this is, because I did really get from the sodalite that things are coming in. But even to say, there might be some confusion here. Well, I don't know exactly how I feel about this, right? And why shouldn't you feel more than one way about doing, right? Like the part of, what's the light attribute here? Passion for doing and creating what has never been done before. There are some risks for that, but we are in a time that we have never been before. I mean, that's true in every present moment, but like in terms of society and what's going on the planet, and how slow and steady wins the race is just fucking everything right now, which is like the Capricorn maxim. Slow and steady wins the race, but I always said I would marry a Capricorn, right? I need that sort of stability in my life, not because I'm unstable, but I'm busy, so I can't be dealing with no fucking Geminis. No. I believe everybody's allowed one zodiacal prejudice, right? Whatever you want to call it. Because it transcends age, race, and color, and gender, and all that stuff. And Geminis need to be supervised. Just prove me wrong. Okay, let's keep moving on. Let's see what this looks like on the outside. I'm loving this read, though, for you. Like, I know Capricorn is a very serious sign. I don't care, Sun, Moon, Rising, Uranus, whatever. You got Capricorn and Uranus. Corn. Should I start my head? Corn. So specific. This is why I've changed my schedule of doing this so I can enjoy these readings more. I'm 52, not 22. Breathe. I got clients. My beloved gods of earth, hardworking gods that you are, the gods of earth and the sign of Capricorn, both feet on the floor, mark. One card in clarity for my beloved Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with pioneer, spiritual growth, sodalite, and the moon within, which, as I Feel that one even more. I can feel it's not, I wouldn't say wishy-washy, but just like, God, I'm feeling a lot about this, and some of it's contrary. And I think both voices, or the many of them in there, are valid. So what does this look like from the outside looking in, or some physical aspect of this that the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading, needs to know about this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries? All right, well, there we go. Two of Wands, right? Does Jason and the Argonauts go into the cave, the rose quartz cave of, oh God, his name just Chiron. Chiron, the wounded healer, the centaur, the Centaur, right? To take the quest that's been offered from Zeus. Long, bigger story than that. The Jason and the Argonauts getting the golden fleece, right? The quest of the golden fleece. And he's like, well, I'm sort of at a crossroads here, so I get it. I get it, right? And talk about pioneering. I mean, what he had to go through to get that golden fleece, and Medea, and just all of that. Oh, Titan blood involved. God help us all. Not Attack on Titan. Older than that a bit, kids. I tried watching Attack on Titan. That shit freaked me out. I'm like, I'll stick with the pre-Olympian Titans. Thank you very much. At least you can have a conversation with them. And I do. Cersei. This makes sense. You may not know what to do, and hence the meditation. And because there is a perception issue here. Now, just to give you a quick metaphor explaining perception. Does the sun rise in the east and set in the west? I used to ask this of my students all the time. They go, I go, No. Our planet rotates. Looks that way. Everybody says it's that way, but it's not that way, right? So there's a perception going on here. Yes, this is something that whoever or whatever this is, this pioneer, you could just compulsively move on. No, screw that. Okay, what a wonderful idea. What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? Or you really call to that angel of spiritual growth with a piece of sodalite, which is not horribly expensive. I mean, you can get a chipped necklace or tumbled really cheap. But it's okay. It's part of the hero's journey to follow the intuition, yet be at that crossroads of the Two of Flames. All right, we got our tarot narrative on the table. 3 cards left. This is our second of the 2 healing systems, the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kondo. I'm going to highly recommend, if you are, since this is later in the series, right, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, always the last 3 I do, to go watch other signs and get these mantras from them. Like, even if you just fast forward to, sometimes it's written in the title, sometimes it's not. And put them all together. Just going to say, to give you as many tools, like mind tools, and particularly a mantra with a crystal and a healing angel. See what I'm saying? And wait till you see what the next deck hitting the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, because it's so holographic and synchronistic. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Ah, my ascended masters. Yeah, I don't know, this is so much a soul contract read, so let's ask General Assembly here. Let's say General Assembly and creativity. My Ascended Masters, General Assembly and creativity, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Capricorn collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with, excuse me, the Pioneer archetype in some way, shape, or form. Working with the healing angel of spiritual growth, sodalite, moon on the inner, 2 of Wands on the outer. I get that indecision. I feel that. What's the perfect healing mantra to help them heal this, that they really need, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries? Oh, it was good for the moon card. You got here, liberating love. Liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. And honestly, that's probably about giving yourself that love. You know, we can wait. You know, that's why I pray and meditate, and I have a mystical practice, not just a spiritual practice every day. So that it plugs me into the infinite field of divine love of the mother of all. Just saying, right? Like a recharge every day. And she's the mother of all, so anybody can tap into her since she's literally the mother of all that is. So allowing myself to tune to that is just one way of doing that. I allow myself to receive the fulfillment I'm willing to give. And even the Course in Miracles does say giving and receiving are one in truth. And just through the quantum model or unity consciousness, it's obvious, right? That it's all happening simultaneously. So there, appears to be a timing lag between giving and receiving sometimes in our experience, but that's merely perception. So let me read you this one. Liberating love. This is very much about giving yourself the love that only you can, and liberating yourself, particularly perhaps from having love be dependent, or giving yourself love dependent upon what happens or what you achieve, which is very much an earth sign thing. It's like, I'll give myself that love when ... right? I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. When love is liberated, your heart remains open to all the gifts that life has to offer. And that's true. When your heart is open and you stub your toe, it's not so bad as when your heart is broken and you stub your toe, right? So you right? So when your heart is open, right? You're liberated in that way. As love is liberated from the emotional wounds of the human condition, it becomes easier to accept, forgive, and receive. Granted, when you're not carrying, emotional baggage, when you're not carrying emotional conditioning, which if you're an empath means you've been picking up other people's emotional stuff probably since you came out the womb, right? So a lot of this, right, like even just like, shrugging some of that stuff off is very liberating. When such actions seem exhausting, and we know it does, it is simply a sign that your heart doesn't feel safe enough to remain open. In other words, it's saying that's okay with that. And I really feel like that's what's going on here with this moon card and this indecision here. When this occurs, your will's freedom, in other words, your choice's freedom to embrace each tender corner of your consciousness will allow opening up to resume. Okay, perfect example. Let's say I say, I'm going to do 4 YouTube reads today. And after 2, I'm like, I just can't. I can't. Now I can either scrap the day or push myself through it, but there's a third option. Okay, let's sit down. What do you need? I love you. It's okay to not want to do another one today. What do you want? It's like, I think I need a nap. And then I'll take a nap. A 3-hour nap sometimes. But then, like, I check in. I'm like, okay, you ready? It's like, maybe another cup of coffee, right? And then, okay, now let's do it, right? In other words, there are pieces, if I'm not ready, it's okay for that not to be ready. I'm getting ready for planting season here. It's pouring rain today. I was going to throw some marigold seeds out in the front beds to watch what happens, right? But sometimes you're just not ready for that. It's like, it's not the right day for it. I need to rest, right? You don't want to plant that in the middle of winter. Sometimes it's just totally okay to give yourself the love that only you can give. When the heart has permission to open, your love is liberated, and you can shine a light into all levels of reality to awaken the truth of all. This mantra is ideal for learning how to believe in yourself, promoting self-realization, which is what I just said, and integrating the shadow. And let's keep in mind, this is a waning moon read. It is perfect for shadow work. But that promoting self-realization, it's like, okay, I have things I want to realize in my life. In other words, to make real, which is what that word means. Visions that I want to realize, things that I want to do that haven't been done before. Well, in terms of spiritual growth, why wouldn't the price of admission or the journey itself be the alchemizing of lead to gold for these different voices of myself that are perhaps afraid or indecisive? Look, better to be indecisive than to head off in the wrong direction. Now, the Course in Miracles does say, decide yet again, right? You can always decide again later. Some things you can, some things you can't. I will say that. Sometimes a decision is so life-changing there is no reversal. But you can certainly look at it from a different perspective at that point. Liberating love, I think, is really key here. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. And I know that feels like to another person, that language. And yes, when your heart is open, easier, liberated. This is about getting your heart to that place of liberation, perhaps to have the intuitive courage, which is a key word. The French word for the heart is cœur. It's where the word courage comes from, that strength, right? Very much the strength card in the tarot, which isn't on the table, but it does take that to be a pioneer. So I'm kind of getting how this is all fitting together. But here comes the new deck. We are doing the Magickal Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. You know that sounds like that's somebody's ancient ancestor name. I'll call upon the spirit. Well, I guess she'd be Scottish, right? Cavendish. It's not Scottish, it's crap. Lucy, get in here, will you, Cavendish, and cast this spell for me. All those years of speech classes. At least I got that out of it. This is a pretty good deal. All right, the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, please take a nice deep breath. That might have been channeling, I don't know. my beloved, my beloved ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, please, one card in clarity, a magical spell card for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. Dealing with pioneer archetype, spiritual growth, sodalite, the moon, the indecision, crossroads of the Two of Blades, and liberating love. Allowing themselves to receive all the fulfillment they're willing to give. What is their magical spell card here? Rhyming couplet, a little clue, tip, or hint. It says on the box, craft, cast, activate, empower. Right, so then what's the craft, cast, activation, or empowerment that... There you go. I feel you for this Capricorn. I hear you. New moon in Libra, waning to new. Full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Magical powers... Well, Piper, Prue, and Phoebe. Paige was really more my favorite. I do love me some Rose McGowan. Magical powers. Are you a magical witch? Do you wear tube tops and chunky heels? And do you defeat demons? Well, you might be a spelling tradition witch. Magical powers. I weave and clear. I cast and know. Magic secrets to me now show. I weave and clear. I cast and know. 8. Magic secrets to me now show. It's an 8 and 8. It's a double meter. Yay! Ding! Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Spell seal of approval. I weave and clear. I cast and know. Magic's secrets to me now show. Now look, that it's not a total party turner, but it's not a turd in the punch bowl either, right? It makes sense here somehow, and I'm gonna say, in terms of the intuition here, that there is a magical thing here, and it's about power. Like, take the word magical out of it for a hot second. That there's something here about power and secrets being revealed to you. Maybe not secrets to everyone, but certainly secrets to you. And as I look at the picture on it, is this not? I don't know if you could tell. This looks like Phoenix rising from ashes. The bird, not the state. The state, the city, and not Arizona. No, I mean, I gotta get that there is something pioneering here, and there is a magical element here as well. Like I said, there's a lot of power involved here. And if you're not liberated to do this yet, right, then there's something here that it's okay. But you got to give yourself the fulfillment. You allow yourself to receive the fulfillment you're willing to give. Isn't just talking about a one-way relationship where one person's giving and the other one isn't giving. It's about getting that there's something magical here in your giving to yourself, about spiritual growth. That with that, I mean, it is a major arcana card, the moon. It's like, yes, things might be a little veiled to you, but what's the other word associated, the key word of the moon that you hear all the time on YouTube? Secrets. Yeah, I mean, if you're a witch or a magical practitioner, because not every witch is a magical practitioner, not every magical practitioner is a witch. It's just the truth of the situation. It's an interesting card to get there, and the first time it's come up, granted, it's a new deck. Well, let's get the last card down, because this is the party turner if there's going to be one last card down. Whispers of Love Oracle, voices of the higher selves of all involved. Please take a nice deep breath. Like I said, I don't sense that this is like soul contract. I think really this is more about you, your relationship with you, unless there really is a pioneer. And I gotta say, one that's gotta have something about spiritual growth going on there. Here we go. A lot going on here, but almost like a mountain, like the sign of Capricorn, like very, a lot of activity going on, but from the outside looking in, maybe not so much. Please, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight they most need to deal with this pioneer archetype, doing something that's never been done before, with the healing angel of spiritual growth, sodalite, the moon, 2 of wands, that indecision, and I get why. This feels life-changing, although the decision seems like just a choice on the outer. But with that moon card and allowing themselves to receive all the fulfillment they're willing to give, and that might be I'm going to give this thing everything and receive all of the fulfillment that I got, but that magical power, weaving and clearing, casting and knowing, magical secrets to all of them showing. Higher selves are all involved. What is the whisper of love for them for all of this? This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. See, this is the thing where general readings get annoying for me. Because it just said this really feels more about your relationship to yourself. And certainly with this, I'm willing to receive, you know, this liberating love card, all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. This might very well be supportive to yourself. I feel that is as a genuine on-the-table storyline here with these 8 cards, as well as it can also be you are in a relationship with someone who is some sort of spiritual pioneer here, and to just, you know, make a genuine effort to show you care, be supportive. Now, for a Capricorn, there might be that thing of where you can overgive. Now, Earth signs are not necessarily known for that, but when we do it, right? We can be very caring, particularly Capricorn, which can take something so very seriously and burn themselves out in the process. I feel like that's why this indecision, I think, is an okay place for you to be with this Two of Swords, and be supportive of yourself. In other words, it's not an either or. It's a both and. I don't have to either be supportive of this person, be supportive of them or myself. I can support both them and myself here. And remember, support is not always financial. Plenty of people I support, I don't support financially, but I check in every day, or just about, you know, friends and family, certain clients that I know are in distress or something. I'll just shoot them a message, say, hey, you're in my prayers today. And then, of course, if I say you're in my prayers, I light a fucking candle and I say the prayer, right? It's just, but I have the freedom to do that. I'm a professional witch. Let's put this all together for you. Just never take yourself too seriously, right? Read Carlos Castaneda's books. That whole Don Juan series. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, my collective pantheons of the divine, please may the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, watching this video, receiving this reading, receive all that they need. This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, that they may be supportive, making a genuine effort to show they care in the ways that they need to, calling to the healing angels of spiritual growth that they need so that they can evolve into this. This is not something that they should have down pat day one. There is a learning curve here. And to pay attention to their deeper intuitions and to things being revealed to them, particularly magic secrets and powers, which is a little superhero-ish, being revealed to them from within. So, of course, working with the sodalite that they need to work with, bringing them perception, that calm, that time for meditation to really kind of clear out, because things are coming their way to make something real, perhaps something involving someone or themselves that has never been done before. And this just doesn't mean in their lives. This means in history, when you pioneer something of that scale that's never been done before. Hence that they make the wisest choices that they can moment to moment to moment, understanding that if they're feeling apprehensive, if their hearts are more reserved, shut down, unsure, tired, cynical, salty as fuck, that they take the time to allow themselves to receive all the fulfillment they are willing to give to someone else that perhaps they give to themselves, allowing this support to activate the magical powers that they're experiencing on the inner but might not see so clearly, hence the sodalite for perception, calmness, and meditation, so that they can make the wisest choice about their spiritual growth on this pioneering dealio. This full moon to new moon next. May they be so blessed, and may they and their spiritual growth and their hero's journey be a blessing on the well-being of all. So mote be. And so it is. There you have it, my caps. If you liked it, like it. I know, a long journey in terms of a reading. This Magical Powers card, I know, 2 weeks are going to go by, it's going to happen, and you're going to forget to tell me. But if you have any idea what this is, I would love to know. Please comment below. Otherwise, my darling Earth signs, wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed of this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, my darlings. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.